Everybody knows that the most popular Jinx build is to go Kraken Infinity Edge, right? That's all we know. We know is do damage, infinity damage, great. But what if I told you that there's a better build, and that's you go Kraken into Runan, and then maybe LDR, not even Infinity Edge third item, right? So today I just wanna test this out. I'm of course gonna test it on Jinx. On other releases it's a bit different for sure. But I'm a Jinx player, you know. But I'm gonna test it out on have here two squishy targets, 1700 HP, 60 armor, and then 3000 HP targets with like 150 armor. So like a Swain with a Zonia, for example, or like a Bruiser with Death Sense or something like that. And these guys are just another ADC, I don't know. So first let's test damage with Kraken and Infinity. I'm gonna test minigun damage and rocket damage because I feel like it matters a lot on Jinx. Because minigun damage, sure, look, you know, tons of damage, cool. But if you switch to rockets, you notice that the DPS just, you know, kind of goes down drastically. And like, usually people, when they test DPS on Jinx, they go minigun only. But I mean, most fights are hitting with rockets, you know. So these are the damage on the beefy target. Let's test on the squishy ones. Might need to hit this one again because the little tempo procced just now. Okay. And now rockets on these. And we had like a rough estimate of the DPS. It's like nothing perfect. We crit sometimes we don't, you know. It is what it is. But you kind of see the damage here, right? So like 400 with rockets on the beefy. Now that's a minigun, so 300 like on the beefy, 700 on the squishy, and 400 on the squishy with rocket. Okay, anyway. What if we go for my build, which is Rona, right? Let's see if the damage is that much different, because remember, Ronan is 600 gold less. So also I want to mention that if you go Kraken Infinity Edge, like, you're gonna be sitting on one item while everybody has two items in your game because Infinity is so damn expensive, right? And also want to mention that, you know, like, you could go Stormrazor, you could go Static Shift first type of item on Jinx too, some games where you're not allowed to basic attack as much, but I feel like Kraken in general is just best item on Jinx no matter what, and it gives you such good consistency that you should never not buy it first item, right? So if the scatter would move out of the way, let's test this damage. So let's test squishy. 700 here, 400 here with rockets, and so I did this so I don't forget. Yeah, it's less on the squishy target with minigun, like 150 less ish, right? And with rockets, it's also less, right? You can tell. And then the beefy targets, also less. With rockets, also less, right? So like, Tony, why is this good? Okay, let me tell you why this is good, right? Basically, first, of course, this is way more expensive. You know, if I sold Runa and bought the components only, that is probably the same DPS as Runa, right? And then Runan has good wave clear, so you just accelerate the game, you just get farms quicker, you farm better, you have more attack speed, you play better, it feels better, and it's just overall better. And besides that, even though the single target damage is lower, like in a team fight, like more often than not, you have two targets in your face, especially because you have such huge range. Like, there's no way there's no two targets there. And when you hit two targets, it's like, or three even, it's like, combine all this DPS together and, you know, it's like more than Infinity Edge and Kraken, you know? Like, your goal is not necessarily to kill a single target, like, your goal is mostly like to deal as much damage as possible to as many targets as possible. It doesn't matter if your damage spreads a little bit, you know, it's just more damage overall, and you have teammates to finish, clean those kills up, you know? So this is why I feel like Ronan is just so much better. And even Phantom, like, if you like Phantom second, sure, but I feel like Ronan has this huge potential to just hit two targets and deal massive damage. I feel like it's just crazy. And then I want to test out, let's say you just buy Ronan, okay? And then you buy Infinity Edge, or you buy Infinity Ronan, whatever. It's like, this will deal a ton of damage, right? This is just insane DPS. But I want to test out. So this is 800 on the squishy. And with rockets, this is, let's see, like 350, whatever. But what if you buy LDR instead? Like, LDR is 400 cheaper than Infinity Edge 2, so it's like if you buy these 3 items, man, they're so cheap, right? It's so good, it's so crazy. So let's see how much damage this deals. It was like 800 on the squishy, right? And this is pretty much almost 800 single target with minigun compared to Infinity, and this is cheaper, remember? And this was, I don't know, 200, 300, I don't remember. But I don't know, is this more than? I don't know. It's like, let's test on the big guys now. I'm really curious, because on Jinx, like, sure, you hit squishes. Like, if you buy LDR, if you buy Infinity, it doesn't matter against squishes, you deal damage anyway, right? If you buy Runar second compared to Infinity Edge second, on squishies, it doesn't matter, you deal damage anyway, right? It doesn't matter. But on tanks, so how much we have single target, let's see, on with LDR on the beefy boy. 500 and a bit, okay? With rockets, it's, let's see how much. So 500 of the minigun, and this is like 250, 300, okay. Remember that, and we buy Infinity Edge, which is more expensive, remember. This was 500, let's see how much we deal now. A little bit more, a little bit, right? And then this was like 250. Kind of the same, right? Around the same, maybe like 20 more, 30 more, you see? It's like, again, Infinity is so expensive. It's like, you'd rather just buy cheap items like this. They're like 100 less DPS single target, whatever. Be good against tanks. If you have a Bruiser and like a Swain or a Darius and their enemy jungler with death stance and the enemy tank, like, or maybe next to each other, and you have Runan, it's like, oh my god, you kinda deal 40% more damage all of a sudden with Runan, which is more than just Infinity Edge. And I don't know, it's like, man, isn't this a better item combination if they have tanky targets? Like, if they have 2 Zonia users in their team, you should go LDR third, especially if you go Runan second. And it's like, sure, if they don't have any tanks, no tanky boys, nothing, no death stance, no tanks, sure, you just buy this, right? Makes sense. But if they have beefy targets like a Malphite, Ramos, like, those guys don't have just 150 armor, you know? Like, if you put more armor, let's see, what if you had like 250? Because, you know, it's normal to have 250 on a beefy boy. But let's see. So we want to get to 250. And we'll test damage then. Really curious. 250. Some tanks you have more, but we are only talking about 3 items. Let's test minigun only and whatever. Rockets, cool, but whatever. 400 with this. And if you tie Infinity Edge. Suddenly, it's kind of the same, maybe a bit less too, right? And again, Infinity Edge is more expensive. And I don't know, I think I made the point, like, I'm just gonna buy Kraken every game, because, yeah, sure, Storm Raider, you know, the freaking static shift, they might be good some games, I agree. Some games, they might be good. But it's all about consistency. It's about how consistent you are with your champion, and if you are consistent, you just play better, right? It doesn't matter if it's the best item or not in that game. And it's the same with Runan. It's like, sure, Infinity Edge more damage, more expensive, you get it later. And besides that, Infinity Edge gives no attack speed. And guess what? If I have attack speed, I play better, you know? If I feel like agile like this, you know, it's just so much better. Like, if I set Runan just by Infinity Edge second, like, I have like 2.19 attack speed, cool. It's like, I'm so slow, I want to attack more, you know, it's I just want to attack more, it's fun, I like it, I play much better, especially when you have rockets, and then you go Runa, it's like, wow, 2.5, let's go. No, it just feels better, and with rockets it's even more crazy, faster, I mean, it's just so much better. And, you know, when you get passive as well, and you get like 4 attack speed in the early mid game, it's just crazy. Just crazy. I love this so much. So yeah, I know DPS, again, DPS wise, this is not the best, but in a realistic game when they have a tank, a bruiser, it's like, this is cheaper, you get it sooner. Besides that, all the jungle camps now have 42 armor. Your Kraken is physical damage, so it's like you have to get armor pen this game in League of Legends, I feel like, on ADC. I feel like LDR is the single, like, probably the best item for ADCs, for crit ADCs. Like, this has the potential to do so much damage, and Ronan is the same. Like, the potential of these two items together, it's crazy. And then, let's say you just push a wave bot, you go mid, you know, you just get this in the meantime too, you know, with Ronan, instantly clear it, and you just get mid wave as well. And if you didn't have Ronan, you would be stuck here for a bit longer, so you would lose some minions here. It's like, Ronan gives you more gold too, it's cheaper, and it gives more gold because you farm more with it. It's like, man, I don't know, I'm just gonna keep buying this, okay? So yeah, again, probably not the most optimal when it comes to DPS, you know, but when you get 4 items, it's the same thing anyway, no matter what route you choose. You still buy these 4 items together, when there are 4 items. And it's like, you spike sooner, you feel better, you are more consistent, and you make more gold because you farm faster. Like, I only see good things. Like, you lose some DPS, but it's like, if you have 600 DPS, with my build, and then with the Infinity you have 700, that 100 DPS difference doesn't mean much when you just don't feel good, when you just don't have the attack spin, when you don't have the armor pen, when you don't have the AoE. It's just, you know, this item especially is just so good second. I love it. So yeah, I hope you agree. If you don't, you know, you can build what you want, of course. I'm not making you buy what I want. You know, I buy what I want, but I can make you buy what I want. You just buy what you want. But this feels better, in my opinion. And I feel like it makes sense, especially because everything in the game right now has so much armor, and LDR early, super good. Ronan early because you gotta get that AoE, you gotta contest the static shift purchases, you gotta contest all the wave clear in the game. This helps a ton. And yeah. That's it, guys. I hope you try this build out yourself. Tell me if it's good. I feel like it's so nice. I'll just keep buying it. And I'll see you next time.